6 years full-time on the road, our very first time to wall drug. And our last. Are you nervous?
I'm so nervous right now.
I was really looking forward to testing our max capacity on our tanks out here at the wall in South Dakota to see if we could make it a full 14 days. But due to an unexpected phone call this morning, we actually have to leave on day 11. But we're not leaving for good. We are just gonna have to head into town, do our refresh of tanks, dump the gray, the black, and fill up the water, because the only campground in town that does that is closing today.
And this all came about because of a difficult time we had trying to get some dog food shipped here to Wall, South Dakota. Poor planning on my part. I should have that dog food stocked up. Long story short, FedEx is unable to drop at this general delivery. So I had to be, what's the word? I had to be resourceful and have them just drop it off at the nearby campground here, which is not something you want to be in the habit of doing. It's very risky and there's a good chance that it won't work out for your favor.
So we actually shipped dog food from 3 different places. You know, Amazon was our go-to. We thought, no problem. We've done Amazon general delivery before and it's worked fine. That, for some reason, ended up 3 states off to the west, got canceled, and it seemed kind of weird. So then we ordered from Petco. That one went all the way to Minnesota, and then Chewy was our last resort. And those guys almost failed us by calling this morning and saying we can't deliver to general delivery there in Wall.
And I'm actually really thankful that he called me on my cell phone to say, hey, where do you want us to deliver this to? He probably saw that Chewy box and said, a poor little fluffy, helpless animal needs this food and I'm gonna save that animal. And you did. Thank you, FedEx man.
It has been so sunny and beautiful out here. We have been doing so well on power. We've been using tons of high powered appliances and we're still getting up to 90 to 100% by the end of the day charging back up. Now where we did really good was water. You can see we're at a third now, but we were at just about half a tank when we got that notice this morning. Chris started doing all of her food prep, cooking up quinoa, getting lentils going, cleaning the sinks. I went and took a big old long hot shower.
Yep.
And we're basically just using as much water as we can. But you can see gray 1, which is our shower and laundry, is only a third full. So we actually could do a load of laundry right now off grid, but we just don't have time. It's our sinks that are 2/3 full. We just don't want to run into a situation where this RV park closes. It's their last day and you never know when you go to a place like on their last day if they're going to say something weird like, oh, sorry, we just shut off all the water to the park.
They already told us they're closing early for the day.
We should probably go.
We need to leave.
So we hit the Sleepy Hollow campground on the way in to get our water and dump our tanks. And if you want the easiest, no hassle solution to kind of refresh on your boondocking trip, it is to just call the nearest local campground and just ask them if they do that service. And most do, because trying to drive around and hunt and find the free dump station that then ends up not having water, and then you're hunting for water, which is really the hardest thing to do. And it just turns into a pretty big ordeal when it doesn't need to be that stressful.
It can take all day to find water.
So obviously the smaller you are, the easier it is to kind of do that. I'm kind of referring back to our van days when we would find free dumps all the time, free water. It was pretty quick and easy to fill up, a 25-gallon water tank. But when you're trying to fill up 100 gallons, and you're sitting there for almost an hour, it's just easier to just find a local place that actually has the facilities for you. On top of the dump and fill at the campgrounds, you usually have trash service, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And because that's really what builds up pretty quickly. The one thing we're lacking today is propane. We do need propane. It was 36 degrees last night. Absolutely freezing this morning when we woke up, which is a huge contrast to 70 and sunny. I'm sweating out there hooking up the RV. But just getting your dump station and your water and your trash all in one spot for 10, 15, 20 bucks, totally worth it. So it's October 13th today, 14th today, and it is definitely fall time. Like I said, it's 36 last night, but then, we have 82 coming pretty soon. So it's those temperatures where it's up and down, and I don't know, it's good. It's good fall camping. I can't complain. We were a little rushed today, but now we are totally full on water. We're totally dumped on all the tanks, and we didn't really get to visit Wall that much. It's literally like out the corner of my eye, like 1 block away. So I think we're gonna park in the RV parking, throw Louie and June inside the fifth wheel.
The air-conditioned fifth wheel.
Turn on the air conditioner for them and check it all out. So let's see. Temperature 77 in here. I got the fans running, but we got not as much sun as I'd like to see, but I'm still gonna turn the AC on. I don't think it's gonna get too hot in here anyways. It's only 70 degrees outside. It's just the sun is pretty powerful. They got water and food in the shower. Big comfy bed to sleep on. So first impressions of walking into this wall drug complex is confusing. It's like overwhelming, and I don't know what it is.
First of all, I was actually surprised at how much stuff, like businesses, are actually inside of there. We went into door number 1, or entrance number 1, and just in that strip alone, there were books, toys, camping gear, clothing, leather, shoes. There was a chapel. There was a Zoltar machine. I want to be
big.
There's all sorts of things to look at, and now we came to the back of it. We're in this backyard. My question is, like, where was the actual ice given out? Was it free ice and 5-cent coffee or something like that? That's where we need to discover and find, right?
I think we just need to keep going deeper into the maze of the wall drug.
Yes. And then eventually we will walk through door 3, 2, and 1. Wait, 2, 3, and 4. I'm already confused.
So they still do the ice water, just not in the off season back here.
Can you believe we walked right by it? And we walked right by it right as we were saying, I don't know where it is.
All right, I need you guys to tell me, those who have been to Waldrug, what is it really all about? Is it just kind of like a family kind of friendly roadside attraction? You know, it's a lot of like touristy things.
Super touristy.
Because I think we missed a lot of it. Like I could tell a lot of it was geared towards family and like kids, and a lot of that stuff wasn't going on because it's, you know, halfway through October.
Yeah, off season. You could see like half of it was not in action.
I think what you do is you just go there and you walk around, you maybe have lunch, you walk around some more, and that's Waldrug. Like Waldrug is a one-stop afternoon shop.
It was a fun experience. I'm really glad we popped in because we were right here. Obviously, on this day, we're going to go there, and it's fun. It was a good way to just burn an hour.
6 years full-time on the road. Our very first time to Waldrug, and our last. So, it kind of saddens me, but when we first got our travel trailer, in the fall of 2021, one of the big things I was excited for was more outside storage and space than what our van had. And if you all remember our 22-foot Airstream Interstate, it basically had zero outside storage. Zero. Everything had to be inside. So we really couldn't have, you know, a whole lot of things like a big grill, you know, big chairs, and then this little guy right here. This propane fire pit right here, I wanted so bad. We had friends that used it in the desert all the time. So jealous of it. You know how many times we've used this in the past 2 years? I don't know, but I could probably count them on one hand. I really like this fire pit a lot, and just wasn't ready to give it up. No better place than right here on the wall in South Dakota. Still looks new. I think I see some quartzite dust in here. So this is the Outland Fire Bowl. Bought it on Amazon a long time ago, and I rigged it up to have the quick disconnect hose. So that's going to plug right into the same spot that our grill plugs into because of this Y connector I have here. So that's pretty much it. And I hear Chris is whipping up something special tonight.
Not quite ready.
I heard it's takeout burger night.
I whip up something special every night, but tonight is going to be extra special. We are going to have cheeseburgers and french fries. French fries in the air fryer, of course, and it is so delicious. Every time I make it, Aaron says it's better than any restaurant.
We've been using this Honest Kitchen. They say it's human grade, minimally processed. It's kind of like a cross between a freeze-dried and I guess a dried type of dog food. But supposedly, it's good stuff. Human quality. If we ever get hungry enough.
I don't think they'll ever have it. Making french fries in the air fryer is a game changer. They are so satisfying and so much healthier than the restaurant, obviously deep fried at the restaurant, and at home it's just in the air fryer with hot air. I do spritz it with a little bit of avocado oil, and then what we really like to do when they're done is to put some truffle salt on them so we can make our own truffle fries at home. Now they do take 30 minutes in the air fryer, so that's why I'm gonna get these going first because we're starving. We're really anxious to eat. When we aren't boondocking, I typically cut all of the French fries and I put them in a big bowl of cold water. But while we are boondocking, we are very water conscious, so much so that we experimented with skipping that step and they turned out fine. So now we're always skipping that step. Also, when I'm not boondocking, something I like to do in that same water bowl after I pour out the water is I mix olive oil and salt and pepper and I toss it up really good. But since I'm not going to be dirtying up the bowl, I'm just going to put it straight into the basket and spray it with the oil. It is a little bit more flavorful with the olive oil, but this is a short and easier and cleaner way to do it. They take a lot of salt. I always use the French fry setting. About halfway through, this will beep at me and it will tell me to shake the basket. So we'll keep our ears open for that instruction. How easy is that? Hold it. Watch for the trick.
That was pretty fancy.
That worked. That's my trick to keep your hands clean. Another trick I like to use are these containers. I have 3 of them and they fit in my fridge. Every single night before we go to bed, I make sure I put frozen meat from the freezer, put it into here and into the fridge for the night so that tomorrow I'll have unthawed meat that day. And the frozen meat that I have, it's in like 1-pound packages, so it's a perfect amount for one meal for us. This way, I waste very little meat. I would like to say 0. I really don't throw away any spoiled meat because it's not cooked since I do it this way, and I'm always just planning a day ahead, unless of course there's like a big roast or something that takes a few days to thaw out. And if that's happening, I'm so excited I would never forget to pull that out of the freezer. But I really like this method and it's very helpful because after you use something to cook that day, I leave these containers out in the kitchen. I am a clean freak and at the end of the night, I will not let those slide. So they get filled up before bed and it's perfect. The French fries are getting close to done. I just paused them so I could share about the star of the show, the burgers. So these burgers, I do order all of my meat, my beef, my chicken, my pork online. It's pasture raised, grass fed, and the quality is top notch. I love having a full freezer full of meat, and then as we travel around, all I need to worry about is finding fresh produce. If you want to make a burger fancy, just add some blue cheese. I love blue cheese and it goes particularly well with steaks and burgers and on salads. So we're going to use this as our topper. Another thing that makes burgers fancy is some caramelized onions, sauteed onions, grilled onions, any form of onions, even raw. So tonight we're doing red onions sauteed using our induction cooktop.
I mean, this thing is using anywhere from roughly 100 to 400 watts of power as it kind of keeps the temperature. So it's not like it's blaring and doing 1500 watts of power as if you were boiling water. Like it's actually quite low.
Yeah.
And you know, that's nice to be able to use that.
Yeah, I love it.
Are you nervous?
I'm so nervous right now.
I shouldn't have done that. I had it. I shouldn't have looked up at you.
Oh.
It was the wind. Saved it. Saved it.
I like to get the blue cheese on top of the burgers as soon as they start resting so that it can actually melt the cheese a little bit. Nobody wants to get a burger with cold cheese on it. This has been sitting out at room temp for a while, and that will make a big difference too.
These turned out good. A little grill action turns an old freezer bun into deliciousness.
Oh.
Better than most restaurants.
Yay. I'm so drawn to outside right now. This is the best time where you can start to see all the different like crevices and shadows and grooves on all of those formations down there. It's my favorite part of the day.
It's pretty. It's good. There's like a few.
I like a lot. And then, are you ready for the fries?
I am ready for the fries.
They look so good.
I know you said the burgers are the star of the show, but the way to make a burger at home taste like a restaurant burger is really good fries.
That's true.
I mean, really good fries.
And you don't, like, just having potato as your carb side, it's such a great, feel-good food. Like, it's perfect. You got your meat from the burger, your protein, your carb from the french fries. I'm gonna go on a stretch here and use pickles and cucumbers as my fibrous veggie. And then the truffle salt, which I noticed we're getting dangerously low on.
Ooh, yeah. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. Enjoy.
Right now, it's 5:57. The sun sets about 6:15 around here. So we are gonna enjoy this delicious meal and then head outside for the fire pit. Charred on the outside, pink on the inside.
It's that blue cheese that puts it over the edge. 10 out of 10.
So this magic hour, or golden hour, out here at the Badlands is pretty special. The sun actually sets behind our RV, so not looking at the wall. Actually, the sun rises right there, kind of where the moon is where the sun is rising. That's interesting. But you can see how special it is out here. All right, I'm gonna have you start the fire.
Really?
Sing it. Sing it.
No, that one I will not do.
No? Okay. Okay.
Where's the light source at? Oh,
Whoa!
there it is.
You almost singed the hair on my dead cat.
Do you want this on all the way ripped?
You could, I don't know. We can feel all hot.
This is high.
Yeah. Remember, we're on a propane shortage here in Wall.
Look at that wind.
Yeah.
Let's hope this fire holds for just a little bit to enjoy it.
And if we had a little fence, we'd put it outside so Louie and June could come out. But I think they're happy right there.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Can you feel?
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Like really sharp.
Yeah.
Ever wonder where the name Irene Iron Travels comes from? It's actually named after my online fitness and nutrition coaching business, Irene Iron Fitness. I help people move better, feel better, and eat better with strength training and real food. No fad diets, no harsh restrictions, no counting calories, and absolutely no processed food in a package. If you want to get stronger and feel better at any age, check the description below for the links with my new client special, or join in on our next and upcoming group challenge.